Coming up on Mountain News at 6, Kentucky lawmakers could tackle a bill this session to change where you can get your ID. And a Pike County man appeared in court today for charges in connection to a Magoffin County teen's death.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Kentucky lawmakers could tackle a bill this session to change where you can apply for or renew a driver's license or personal identification card. It comes following numerous complaints about the current system with regional offices. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton reports, some lawmakers want the issuance moved back to circuit court clerk offices in every county, but state transportation leaders say the process has made numerous improvements.
Brooke Wasson traveled to Richmond from Winchester so her kids could take a driver's permit test.
People are very friendly here, but it does take quite a while to get in to do that.
She says it took 3 weeks to get an appointment and wishes it was as simple as going to a local office in Clark County.
For sure, that's the way it always was when I was growing up, and it was just very convenient. You knew the people, it was easy just to go walk right in and to be able to do that.
Kentucky lawmakers could take up House Bill 162 to return the practice of issuing licenses, including real IDs, to circuit court clerks in every county.
Citizens all across the Commonwealth have been overwhelmingly frustrated with having to wait weeks or even months to get an appointment, drive far away, maybe take off work, stand in line all day.
It is unclear the level of support this has from the circuit court clerks. I reached out to a number. I heard from one today who serves a fairly large county in southern Kentucky, and he simply told me that when all of this started, he was concerned because of all the federal requirements and mandates with the real ID that were coming down the pike. Kentucky transportation officials say circuit clerks asked them to take over the process in 2020. And they say last month wait times improved to just 11 minutes compared to 49 minutes and 25 minutes back in April.
Although I do anticipate opposition in a negotiation process, I feel as though this legislation is a great starting point to have that conversation and to create a system that works for everyone.
There are currently 35 regional offices in Kentucky, and state officials say they're also working to further improve the system. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
If made law, the bill would go into effect in July of next year. Yesterday, the U.S. House passed a bill that would extend health care enhanced subsidies for 3 years. Those subsidies had expired at the end of 2025. A total of 17 Republicans joined Democrats in passing the measure, which was brought to the House floor as a result of a discharge petition. The House vote was mostly symbolic, but gets members on record. Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massey did not vote to extend subsidies, saying his fellow Republicans have lost touch with their party's values.
Look, when I got here, we were supposed to repeal Obamacare, and it was called the Affordable Care Act, and here we are, 14 years later, still bailing it out. I think Republicans have given up on this promise to our electorate, and I think that's wrong.
The measure is not expected to advance in the Senate. A small group of centrists in both chambers have been working on a subsidies measure that they believe could get the votes needed to reach President Donald Trump's desk.
We're seeing a pleasant evening out there right now as our current temperatures are generally sitting into the upper 50s, even still some low 60s out there. 58 for Jackson, Hazard 59 for Manchester, Harlan 57 in Jonesville, 59 for Pikeville, 61 in Prestonsburg, and 60 degrees in Ashland right now. As we look at tonight, temperatures are going to stay on that milder side. We're generally going to sit low to mid 50s for a lot of us. If you're in areas to the north, it may actually dip into the 40s because there's going to be a little bit of front that's going to work into our area. Rain shows up once again as we get into the later parts of the overnight and into the day on Saturday. When it comes to that planning forecast for tomorrow, yeah, you see temperatures back up to around 60, but we're going to have rain chances as we go throughout the day. On and off periods of rain throughout the day, so be mindful of that. So the weather headlines, we're talking about a rainy Saturday, winter returning on Sunday, and then sunny and seasonal conditions as we go into your Monday. I'll break down the full forecast a little bit more coming up.
U.S. Marshals helped find a missing child in Knox County. Louisville Metro Police were looking for 13-year-old Amoret Lopp. She was reported missing January 4th. Police thought she was with Michael Dunn as U.S. Marshals found the two in Barberville last night. They also found 2 guns, marijuana, meth, and other drug paraphernalia. Lopp is back with her family, and Dunn is facing a list of charges. An Eastern Kentucky mother charged with the murder of her son was scheduled to be back in court today. Felicia Gross's pretrial conference that was scheduled for this morning was continued until March 6th. Gross is charged with the murder and the death of her 10-year-old son, Jaden Spicer, who was found dead in August after being missing for more than a week in Breathitt County. Her husband, Joshua Gross, faces complicity and other charges in connection with the case. In October 2024, a crash in Floyd County killed a Magoffin County teen. Today, one Pike County man appeared for an arraignment charged in connection to her death. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was in the courtroom today.
Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Keith Anderson.
Keith Anderson, a Pike County man from the Pinson Fork area, appeared in Floyd County Circuit Court Friday, answering to charges connected to a 2024 crash that killed 17-year-old Magoffin County student Kayla Elam.
We wait for more reading. Aaron pleads not guilty.
Investigators say Anderson was driving under the influence on October 6, 2024. When his car crossed the line and crashed into another car driven by Kenny Oxshire, killing Elam, who was in Oxshire's passenger seat.
Mr. Anderson, I'm going to accept your not guilty plea.
Anderson was indicted last month, charged with vehicular homicide, assault, and DUI. During the arraignment, his attorney requested a bond hearing since Anderson is still incarcerated in Floyd County. So Judge Johnny Ray Harris scheduled that hearing for January 27th, telling Anderson any bond, if applied, will also come with an agreement to stay at least 1,000 feet away from Oxshire and abide to a no-contact order. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Judge Harris also set an informal pretrial conference in the case for March 26th and a formal pretrial conference for April 2nd. Now to an update to a story we first told you about yesterday. A Moorhead man is dead after a single vehicle crash in Rowan County. Authorities identified the victim as 43-year-old Raymond Hughes, a Moorhead resident. The crash happened Thursday morning on the U.S. West just past Pleasant Valley Road. A concerned citizen reported seeing a vehicle over an embankment around 8:30 a.m. Rowan County Sheriff's deputies responded and found Hughes deceased at the scene. Investigators believe the crash occurred several hours before it was reported. Hughes was ejected from the vehicle. The Rowan County Sheriff's Office and the coroner are investigating the cause of the crash. The State Division of Forestry responded to a large forest fire in Knox County. This was on Arkell Road last night. The dispatcher we spoke with told us no one was hurt and no property was damaged.